I Love the Night by Dar Hosta. Lots of very large vocabulary in this book. I hope you enjoyed the illustrations and the story itself. You will come up with a theme or a summary to this story. This book is dedicated with infinite love to my dad. Once upon a time, it was night. It was perfectly perfect for becoming still and quiet, and for making up a good dream, and for floating off to sleep. But as the sky began to dim, there was a stirring, and a scurrying, a wiggling, and a waking, and a whisper on the wind called out, I love the night, and the nocturnal adventure began. A pair of crickets sit at the edge of the quiet pond, beneath a giant willow tree. In the still summer twilight, night sounds are just starting to be heard. The boy cricket rubs his wings together and begins his sundown song. I love the night, he sings. It's so marvelously marvelous for making moonlight magic. The girl cricket settles herself into the cool evening grass and enjoys his chirping. I love the night, she croons. It is so delightfully delightful for a starry serenade. A twinkling cloud lights up the sky as hundreds and thousands of fireflies begin their sparkly nighttime display. We love the night. The little beetles call out to each other as they pass in the air. It is so spectacularly spectacular for flying and for flashing. Yellow green glow on, yellow green glow off, flashing on, flashing off into the night in the firefly light show. Far below the ocean's rolling waves, a groggy, large-eyed octopus is awakening. I love the night, gurgles the octopus. It's so splendidly splendid for getting some length in the limbs. He slowly unrolls himself from his deep sea bed to wander the darkening waters, hoping to scare up a delicious dinner. High above the ground, in the heart of a beautiful and swampy rainforest, a green frog with big red eyes is rousing his daytime slumber in the cradle of a leaf. I love the night, croaks the tiny tree frog. It is so fabulously fabulous for calling to my companions and for creeping across the canopy. He finds a frog friend and happily hops off into the blue-green night to make some more croaking. Beneath a crescent moon floating on a night breeze, over a stand of starry-leaved sweet gum trees, a magnificent lime-green Luna moth makes her way across the sky. I love the night, whispers the graceful and gorgeous moth. It's so beautifully beautiful for finding just the right leaf for my dainty and delicate eggs. The Luna moth floats gently through the sweet gum leaves until she finds just the perfect leaf. By the light of the moon, the nightjars are coursing through the sky, wings fluttering, gliding over the moonlit shadows of old oak trees. I love the night comes from the call of a whip-poor-will. It's so gloriously glorious for agile acrobatics. With a loop-the-loop of dips and dives, he soars off into the night, leaving an echo of a whip-poor-will, whip-poor-will. Out of a cozy den in a hollowed-out tree, a wily black-masked raccoon comes out to wash her hands in the moonlit forest. Stream. I love the night, giggles the playful ring-tailed raccoon. It's so enjoyable for paddling and for playing. The furry raccoon bounds into the bubbling stream where she splishes and splashes all night long. Perched upon one of the topmost branches of a molted old sycamore tree, a sleepy horned owl opens his lazy eye, one lazy eye at a time. I love the night, mutters the owl. It is so superbly superb for getting some wind under the wings. The owl gives his head a turn all the way around to the left, and then gives his head a turn all the way around to the right. With a mighty flap of his enormous wings, he takes flight, relishing the feeling of the midnight sky flowing through his feathers. In a dim corner of the sleeping flower bed, an orange and yellow spattered garden spider busily mends her web. I love the night, she proclaims the diligent spider. It is so wonderfully wonderful for working on my weaving. The pretty spider keeps 2 eyes on her work and the other 6 on the lookout for night's supper. High up in the jungle trees, a multitude of furry fruit bats are waking from their lazy day. We love the night, chatter the little bats circling above the treetops. It's so magnificently magnificent for a fruit-finding flight. The agile night travelers spy some banana trees in the distance and make their happy way to a fruitful feast. Below the trees, below the tops of woodland plants, down on the ground among the fallen leaves and the twigs, a small, shy dormouse crawls out from a snuggling nest where she has slept the day away. I love the night, squeaks the little dormouse, her large eyes twitching this way and that. The air is so sweetly sweet with the smell of honeysuckle. She scurries over to a branch, heavy to the ground with flowers, where she sniffs and snacks happily until dawn. 4 golden starfish creep out from behind the rocks in the shallow and shimmering waters of their tide pool. We love the night, the starfish chant in a perfect chorus. It's so excellently excellent for finding a cool and comfortable place to wave our arms around. The starfish inch their way out of the moonshine. Little by little, 5 arms go this way, 5 arms go that way, 5 arms go this way, 5 arms go that way, joining together in an aquatic constellation. I love the night, says the moon, as she smiles to herself and looks upon the earth with a great and glowing love. She makes up a sweet-sounding lullaby for all the sleeping creatures and for all the waking creatures. She sings to all the quiet creatures and to all the noisy creatures. She sings to all the still creatures and all the busy creatures, and she sings to the whole spinning blue and green planet below. She sings a sweet song of peace. Whirling gently through the universe, she hums happily ever after. Sweet dreams. So you are going to sleep, and the night is so busy everywhere, in the sky, in the rainforest, underneath the water, in your own backyard. The night is busy, and they used so many lively adverbs and adjectives and descriptive words in this story to make you want to fall in love with the night too.